Now it's going.
Welcome to Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr. Boy, we got a lot of ground to cover. Alright, look, long story short, this is the next action RPG from Neocore Games. They did all the incredible adventures of Animals. It's Diablo in space with Warhammer, so you go in, click on stuff, you get loot, you kill enemies, you slay Xenos, you purge heretics, you do it all in the name of the Emperor, you come out better for it, and you pray that your streaming shit works. Goddamn.
and that's our stream.
And that's it. Yep. Oh, we got so much going on. Like, we're in the middle of a mission right now. We'll go once we get done with this and go back out to the map. I'll recover some of that ground.
Oh, that was the best. It was like the most chaotic, explosive, ridiculous thing.
Oi, oi, oi. Can't believe that's your fine trophy. Alright, so... Hey, we win.
We did it.
We did it.
We inquisited.
Yep. We definitely did it. And hey, we get a loot chest for doing that.
I got a rare sniper rifle.
We got a purple power axe. Woo, a las pistol.
I got a great sword.
I like all this stuff. I like all that I'm seeing here. Las gun, shotgun.
I got a bunch of swords.
Las
Purity
pistol.
wheel. Nice.
Oh, my account hit level 2. Nice. Alright, so...
This is a Final Fantasy worthy sword I got here.
We are back in the ship. This is
My
the
account
main
hit level
hub.
2, but it doesn't show that.
I'm just gonna go over some of the things. You got your co-op multiplayer. If you just go into co-op mode with yourself, you'll just randomly get matched up with people. If you have friends, invite them, and then you can do it on your own. There's this inoculator. The inoculator, so you have these things that you can inject into yourself during combat. You can have them set up to do a couple of different things depending on what their base is. So for instance, this one uses the red, which are basically restoratives. This one that I have equipped uses yellow, which are enhancements. Then there's another one, green, that has some own boosts. I'm not sure if, like, as the rarity of those things increases, more slots open up and you're able to kind of mix and match more. For the moment, mine only, I have Murder Dust, which is a great name, and Stem, and so that boosts my critical chance and then boosts all my damage for a period of time, but it does not restore any of my health during the mission. The other ones obviously do. They give you health back for all that stuff. There's a vendor. You can buy stuff. They have a bunch of different things, so they not only have weapons that you can buy, they have equipments. So they have like your... oops, I'm in the wrong space. There we go. This is what you can buy. That's my stuff. This is what you can buy. They have equipments which are like your armors and your implants and your inoculators. They have different add-ons which are these signums, purity seals, so on and so forth. I should buy some of these things because they're plus qualities. Hey, look at that. You see the plus quality? That tells you this is better than what you got. Yeah, we'll get that, and we'll get... warp resistance. Yeah, we'll get that suppression one. Yeah, like that. Okay. Oh, I can get an eye implant. Oh, I like that. Critical hit chance, dot duration, critical hit strength. Look at that. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna put some stuff in my eye. Blueprints here, which I'm guessing go to the crafter. So I'm just going to buy this power sword blueprint for real quick to see what happens with that. Alright, there's your vendor. You got a crafter over here. crafter says, okay, hey, I can break stuff down. And bless you for picking up a trait that should be in all of these kinds of games, if it isn't already, but I haven't seen it in all of them. But this, you can salvage all common items, all mastercrafted, so all your rares, your uncommon, etc. and so on, just by clicking a button that Diablo 3 did. And I keep on not seeing it in other games, and I'm like, why isn't it? I mean, come on. Save us some time here. So you can break down whatever you don't want to use. I'm just going to go ahead and salvage all my common items. I will do... They do the one thing though that messes me up, where blue is, I think, worse than green.
Blue is mastercrafted.
Yeah, but on here
Green is rare.
I can't tell. I don't know. Because they switch them on the salvage screen to, like, it goes common, mastercrafted, rare, and then artificer, which is purple. So I can't tell which one is actually, if the icons are switched or what. Anyways. We won't worry about salvaging too much stuff here. So you can go through, you have all your things here. Hey, there's this thing. You can use them then to craft stuff over here.
Green does look better than blue, FYI.
Okay. You have things that you fill out then when you make this. So when you craft it, you put the stuff into the slots and you craft it, and there's a timer on it. I think you can spend fate, that other currency, in order to decrease the craft time. And then there's also a crafting queue. You have advanced crafting, basic crafting, so obviously the rarer the stuff that you have, the better. There's the whole tech tree here, which you can eventually unlock in order to do different things. It's also based off of your money and your fate, safe to spend stuff in order to up the crafting here. And then finally they've got this fusion for putting a bunch of stuff together to make it better. So it's one of those games, right? Like, it's not a just, hey, you get better stuff and run off with it. I mean, you can definitely do that, but they have a much, much larger portion to it, where it's, okay, well, now you need to go through and look at all this kind of different stuff and figure out what you want to modify or salvage or XYZ. But
how about we do another mission?
All that's in service of this power rating here, which is what determines the missions that you can kind of do. They have your attributes here for your characters, and they have these skills that go across your entire account. And with all that said, yes, we'll go do another mission. After I figure out what I want to spend my skill point on. Do it for physical resistance. Alright. Oops, that's storage. Let's go to the star map. Actually, let me check real quick if I want to switch something. Okay. Nope, nope. Autogun. Las pistol. Alright, I just want a las pistol because it sounds really cool. Okay. Off to the star map. Which is huge! Look, I just have to do that again. Zoom out. Zoom! Ready? We're going back one more.
We should do another chaos mission so we complete this daily.
Okay. Look, that's just one subsector. You got all these connected subsectors that they're gonna let you get into at some point, I'm guessing.
But here's the thing. It's really only 3 maps.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's what is it? It's like they got pieces that they put together for each one of the things or whatever.
I was trying to make it funny. I don't know how many there really is, but...
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the biggest thing, right? Like, for as much as they have all that stuff, trying to go through and figure out, okay, what is it that you're gonna, like, is this gonna look that much different going from one system to the next? And different planets and everything. Who's to say? Alright, so you want to do possible major cult. Chaos Legion Vanguard. That sounds like it's chaos related, right? I mean, it's right there in the title. There we go. Demonic Incursion. So we have Chaos Marines, Stationary Weapons, Chaos Engines, Demon Engines, Chaos Cultists. So this is kind of nice. I'm guessing that's going to be more of a factor as you get different equipment and things, and there are factions other than Chaos Marines. There's Rebels and some other stuff that you face as you try and gear your equipment towards what you're going up against. We have to destroy all the warp gates and exterminate all the enemies.
Let's go.
Let's do it. This is, as you can see in the top left there, it is an alpha build. I think they currently have plans to move it into beta by like this November or something, if I remember looking at it. And then I can't remember when they have slated for a full release. We talked about this a little bit before in the lost footage, the lost archives.
Several warp rifts are active in the area. Don't stay in that cesspit any longer than necessary, Inquisitor.
Hey, you're good. There's a cover system, so you can hide stuff. Enemies can hide stuff. Word bearers. If you're a fan of 40,000, there is some cool stuff that they have in here as far as like, you know, oh hey look, it's that unit or that thing, or I recognize Nerdlings are, I recognize what word bearers are, they have this kind of equipment or this kind of gun. It's kind of a neat aspect to this of, you know, having some familiarity with different things around it.
Something is coming through the gate. You're still detecting signs of demonic presence. Let's go to the next door.
Everyone doing okay?
You?
Yep.
I see a treasure chest. I see you're going melee this time around, Mike.
I did. It's pretty fun.
Leap into things, hack them up.
Got that power sword.
Vom vom. Power sword. Nick's running off this way. Towards the warp gate, which is what we should do. Oh! Anything in the chat, Nick?
Nope.
Okay. Stream's still running. It's actually working.
It's actually working.
Alright.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice one. Stomp on them. Pick up some medical supplies. So that refills your inoculators down here. So more use out of them. The resupplies fill up your special items here. This personal void shield is a special item that gives me a temporary armor, basically. Avoid taking too much damage from enemies. The health meter is at the bottom left there, with the suppression ring around it. If you're suppressed, health, I'm being suppressed.
For the good.
gives you penalties. Eventually, if it gets so bad, like you just get knocked flat on your butt, you can't do anything. That sucks. They'll get some rest.
Go to the next room.
I will say the game's performance is lacking. It needs to be severely optimized.
Yeah, there's a lot that it's... Again, being an alphabet, like, you can tell that part of it is something that I'll be curious to see once they go through it. How does that actually...
Uh-oh, security door.
Yep, you lock yourself in there with all the enemies. Hold on until it goes through. Squishy!
Sacred slaughter.
Ooh, what's that? Shoot, shoot, shoot. Zap, zap, zap.
Have averted a disaster. All the warp gates are sealed, although I can still hear the echoes in my head.
Material. Really clear through that. Wow. Oh, we missed a couple of chests back there. Go get them. Get all the loot. Get it, get it. No run button that I've found. You are a plotting space marine. It's never the way it goes.
We're almost out of time.
Got it.
Inquisitor, Martyr.
Why do all the games for the Warhammer universe have like 7 hyphens and 3 semicolons in it? Or colons?
Because there's
They're all like subtitles.
rich, deep lore there, and like all parts of it have to go into different things. Look, it's pretty complex, all told.
Right. Alright. That's fun, I guess.
I think this game is pretty fun. It definitely needs to get out of alpha.
Yeah, there's some work that needs to get done, but
I don't know. It's missing something for me. I'm not sure what that is. Like, it's
You know what?
fun.
I think you should play with different armor or weapon types.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, because that power sword was really fun. 'Cause
Well,
I don't know
think
if you
it
saw, I
fair.
was dashing and leaping and doing all this crazy AoE. I had a good time with that.
yeah, I think they have what this does best in a lot of ways is, I mean, the weapons that you have here, you know, recognizable to anyone who's played the Warhammer games. Like, so if you're a fan of the Warhammer universe and the Warhammer games, there's a lot here for you. Like, in terms of, oh, this is cool. I can use a power sword, or there's a power axe, or a las pistol, an auto gun, stuff like that. And you get to have special effects with those things. You get to go and you see those things working in game, and you know they have overheating for some, or you have to reload or whatever, right? So there's these mechanics that, for that kind of a game, are cool to see brought over. But if you're looking for like a straight up Diablo where I'm just a face melting wizard and I go around and I shoot laser beams out of my hands all the time, this isn't that game, and that's not even what they're really trying to go for. I mean, they
Yeah.
Van Helsing games, especially towards by the time the third one came around, were moving far more in this kind of direction. It felt like of a sort of
I think I think what it is, if I had to put my finger on it, it's like the hub world kind of thing and all the missions and stuff. Like you even talked about, it looks super super deep, but then the gameplay itself is pretty basic and quick. Like it's like 5-minute mission for 15 minutes of clicking around menus, and I think that's what kind of gets me. If they can kind of connect it a little bit better.
For sure, yeah. I mean,
I think that might.
And that's part of what my concern is the what they're going to do as far as like the systems that they have that they've talked about with these when you go in and we talk about this in the part that got lost, but like when you go in and you do some of these missions, it's supposed to have an impact, right? Like it's supposed to be something that you go in and you sometimes have choices to make, or by completing this and clearing this out, it maybe you'll get some information that leads you to a new whole mission and has different implications and things that seeing those pieces connected, you're right, would like be very have a much more meaningful impact on the minute-to-minute gameplay instead of hop in here, choose a mission, get some stuff, fiddle around with it in your inventory, hop over here, get some other stuff. I mean, this little thing here is cool where you have this one thing, and there's this one ship that's this Merciful Agony, the hospital fortress, where you can go in and there's actually someone for you to talk to. And like there's dialogue here in terms of like you can talk to the person and you can say what is the purpose of this place, or there's some lore and text here. But then you have this other part that says, hey, I see you have a mission with me, and they're like, yeah, I need you to go do this, take care of this thing for me. And I think that's part of it that's supposed to link up to the bigger parts, of what they have in mind with the influence of the sectors. And they also have, and part of that other bigger picture is like this concept that they have of seasons, basically, where they'll do events that affect the entire, subsector or whatever, and people from everyone who goes in and who plays and participates will have an influence, and like the community drives sort of what happens and all of that. Again, those are really cool things, and it's early on, so who's to say how that shakes out, but until some of that at least does, it's harder to say what it look like. But yeah, that's Inquisitor Martyr for the second time.
Cool.
I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes. Like this is something I think I'll want to check back in with every so often and just see what have they added to it, what's new, and hoping that as more and more time passes and they kind of add some of those things and polish things, it'll be a really cool experience for those who are looking for something in the Warhammer universe that's a little bit
different.
A little bit better than the latest Warhammer, or what was it? Dawn of War game, that's the one. Which apparently went all MOBA.
Alright, I gotta run.
Alright. Thanks,
Later.
guys.
I have found that the single player is considerably better than the multiplayer.
The single player runs better?
Oh my god, this is like, I'm getting at least 60 frames a second in the single player right now.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised by that. I'm still up and streaming my game, and like, this is, pretty amazing. But things like stabilizing network lag and everything else that comes as the thing goes on.
Right.
So, I don't know, what's your take on it as a fellow Warhammer enthusiast?
As a Warhammer guy, I think the thing that I don't like about all these 40k games that are coming out is that they're all focused on the Space Marines and the various chapters thereof. Like, you can always count on being a dude with a chainsword and getting a heavy bolter, and I don't know.
You can count less on.
It's like, give me a Warhammer 40k game that's about the Eldar, or let me play as a swarm of orcs, or something, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's sort of what was nice about the Dawn of War game. Dawn of War 2
Right.
was definitely parts of that to do just that sort of a thing. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. Like, and part of what I like with the Total War Warhammer, and there's things that they obviously don't get right with all that. But what I do like is that it's the closest I've ever felt to. This is me setting up my models on a tabletop and playing a strategy game.
Yeah.
And with all of this stuff, like, there's so much stuff that they do that is just there's a lot of interesting kind of lore in a way, right? Like, there's stuff about this that I'm just like, man, I remember when going through all this and reading the books and seeing the stuff that they talk about, it was like, oh wow, sounds like a really cool thing. And it wasn't, some of that was with the Chaos Marines. A lot of the times though, it was with, like you said, Eldar or Orcs or any of the other Tyranids.
Yeah.
At this point too, they have so many different races. Despite everything that they're also trying to do, and revamping all that stuff, it's like, there's still interesting parts to it that they could tell and do. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm definitely interested, like I said, I'm very curious to check out more of this as time goes on, and we'll probably be doing another stream of it at some point. Oh man, just walked into a room where they're flaying it with poison. That sucks.
Discharging.
Yeah. Alright, sir.
Well, so yeah, that's 40k, Inquisitor the Martyr, Warhammer 40k, Inquisitor the Martyr. We will be back next week with a new game of some sort. I don't think I quite figured out. Ooh, I just died.
That's no good.
It's the first time I think I've ever died. Anyways. We actually might do Nick and I were testing out the old NVIDIA share co-op thing, so we might do a series of indie games, like just hit a few of them all in a row, and just kind of do a whole little indie mega bundle.
Mm-hmm.
As much as we all would like to just be playing more Destiny 2, I'm sure.
Right.
But that's all we got for this week. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Sorry about the streaming difficulties, and we'll get it down one of these days, I'm sure. Bye!